Hello again. Yes, it's White Hart Lane, Tottenham. Although for someone like me who spent last Saturday in a temperature of 90 degrees in Brazil, it feels rather like the Antarctic Circle. Anyway, Tottenham Hotspur against Stoke City. Two teams who could well be there or thereabouts when the championship honours are handed out next May. But when we look at the Tottenham team, we see that some great changes. There's no Greaves, there's no Norman, there's no Henry, and there's no Jones. So the Tottenham team taking a great bashing from injuries these days. Nevertheless, although it's a reshuffled side, still a hard team to beat at home, despite the fact that it lost the last home match. Now, Stoke City, they must be a good side because they've got a point from Manchester United away from home. They won at Chelsea, and in fact they've made 2 excursions to London this season and taken 3 points. Those 2 points they got from Chelsea and the 1 point they got from West Ham. Now we have a look at their side, we find that Jimmy McIlroy isn't in. He's the substitute, but Violet and Vernon, 2 international inside forwards, and Maurice Setters at centre half-back. He's normally a wing half, but he's been converted to centre half, so an interesting setup that in the Stoke City side. So we're all set then for the match of the day. The crowd, not a big one in this very cold weather, but we're all ready now for the start of Tottenham Hotspur against Stoke City. And it's Stoke City. Kick off, Stoke in the white shorts with a very unenviable record here at White Hart Lane. They have never won here in the history of the club. Well, Jennings going to have to be careful of that. That could be a nasty one, and that's Saul. Gilzine moved up into the penalty area. There's Gilzine, a goal! A goal, yes! The scorer, Alan Gilzine. Oh, Vernon took it off the mark of Murray then, and away comes Bloor. Oh, a good ball to Dowing and a penalty. Brought down by Mackay. So a penalty to Stoke. And the Welsh international Roy Vernon going to take the kick. Not an easy kick to take in such conditions, slippery ground, and it's 1 each. Maybe difficult to take a penalty, but how beautifully taken by Roy Vernon. There he is, just passing the referee. The left wing. 1 goal each. Gilzine with ideas of putting Spurs in the lead. Ideas which fade and die. Oh, good ball from Vernon to Burrows. Oh, a fine save, but Dowing has scored. 2 goals to 1. There's Peter Dowing, the fair-haired former Blackburn and Manchester City player. 25 minutes gone, Dowing makes it 2-1. Well, that's one that kidded everybody, but it was touched by Robertson. So 29 minutes, we're all square again, and Robertson, here he is, number 11, the scorer.
Couldn't wish for much better entertainment than that to warm the cockles of your heart on such a cold afternoon as this. 2 goals each, I think a fair result. It means Stoke are still unbeaten in London this season, but they still haven't won a game in the whole of their history at White Hart Lane. Now, today there have only been 8 draws and we've seen 1 of them, so at least we've got something to boast about today, and I don't think many of the other 7 draws will have provided football is entertaining as the football that Tottenham and Stoke have given us at White Hart Lane. But now the battle still goes on then in the First Division, the top 10, the big boys all fighting for the championship, despite the fact that 4 of the teams were not engaged today, the Weather having won their battles and ruling out the games at Leeds and at Sunderland. But it's still pretty good for the North. They've got 4 of the first 5 teams, with Liverpool and Burnley, who play today, Liverpool winning at Anfield. They're leading the way, Liverpool on top, Burnley second, and West Brom are the only team in the top 5 that doesn't come from the north of England. So it's beginning to look as if this is going to be the North season, with Liverpool still up there, cup winners last year, champions the year before, and league leaders now riding high and having beaten their nearest rivals, Burnley, today, 2-1. So let me remind you once again the result of the match of the day, one of the 8 draws of the day: Tottenham Hotspur 2, Stoke City 2. We'll have